thank you for joining. So let's begin by looking at how do you experience peace in the midst of storm. Basically, talking about habits of calmness. That's what we'll be looking at in today's video. My name is Toluse Francis, and this is your first time of joining us on this channel. Please do not forget to subscribe, and if you're listening on podcast, please do favorite it and ensure that you share with people as well. So let's get started. We're looking at habits of calmness, and the first one I'll be sharing is the one I call. Let me minimize this. Is what I call a calm morning ritual. Now, what this basically means is that you wake up every morning and you're sure to practice something that makes life easy for you. Now, it has been said that whatever it is that you begin your day with has a way of influencing your day. And that's why, if you want to experience a beautiful day, if you want to experience a lovely day, if you want to experience a calm day, it's important that as much as possible you don't start out by reading fake news. You don't start out by reading things that are going to affect you emotionally all through the day, right? So practice something. Yours could be waking up and meditating, could be yoga, whatever it is. Just spend that time where you experience calmness and taking the quietness of the day before you set out into that. Whatever it is that you decide is up to you. But look at see to it that it is something that adds value to you and not something that you're just doing because you're being forced. And that's I cannot actually suggest to you what exactly you should do, right? I can only say that see to it that it's something that you maintain, be it yoga, be it meditation, whatever it is, let it be something that adds value to you and something that you can actually maintain. Make it a ritual. Some will pray, some will do different things. It's entirely up to you. Now, the next one says, learn to watch your response. So, usually, when things happen to us, now, this is in the light of everything that's happening around the world, COVID-19, some countries experiencing some form of violence, police brutality, and the like. It is important that when you see things or when people do things to you, you are careful before you respond. You pay attention. You are quick to hear but slow to listen, and that way you are able to actually put together your response before you actually respond. So instead of reacting in a way that you would end up not liking it, you're able to respond better because you've already understood and you know what exactly to say. You're not acting out of emotions, you're not acting based on how you feel, you're not acting based on your current state of mind, but you are taking your time to actually understand the situation and able to respond appropriately. Next is don't take things personally. It is very easy for you to uh, take things personal when you are unhappy, when you are tensed up, when you are under pressure. But you see, for you to be able to make good use of this, you would need to depersonalize whatever it is that you're going through. You need to depersonalize whatever is done to you. Have you ever wondered why people take offense at something that seems so minute or negligible, and you'll be wondering, but that was just a joke, you're not always like this. It's because they have taken things personal, and it's not entirely the fault of the person. It's a result of what is happening to that person, how the environment or how internally that person is unhappy with whatever has happened to him or her. And so you realize that people are very fond of doing this. So for you to actually experience calmness, part of the habit of calmness is that you don't take things personally. Right. Be grateful. That's the next point. Be grateful. Now it's very important that you're grateful. And the reason for this is because you will need to first of all appreciate what you have and who you are if you really want to look at what you don't have and what you desire. When you come from that point of being grateful for what you have, it allows you to appreciate your journey. It allows you to appreciate where you're coming from and where you are currently. It's very easy for you not to count your blessings. It's very easy for you not to pay attention to the gains that you have made, but you need to, because when you're able to do that, you understand what it is that you have gone through, and you're able to explain and realize that look, the journey, you're not there yet, but you know that you will get there, and you're able to focus, okay, and pay attention to that particular aspect of your life. Next is create stress coping mechanisms or habits. We get stressed. I mean, you will get stressed if you're not stressed at work. You may get stressed at home. You may get stressed on the street, boarding the bus, alighting from the bus or the train or in the aircraft. People will stress you. Circumstances will stress you. Situations will stress you. So you need to create stress coping habits. Some of these habits might include taking a walk. Some of these habits might include calling somebody to talk to that person, decluttering your mind, right? Some could be sleep and some could be sex. Yes, sex can help you cope with stress, and so it's important that you create the stress coping habits yourself and make sure that it's something that works for you. All right. Next, single task. I am not a fan of multitasking, but I believe that multitasking is calm. So I believe that if you really want to practice calmness, you need to see that you single task when things are not going well with you. And there's so much of noise when everything around you doesn't seem to make sense. Your greatest gift is to ensure that you are single tasking and not multitasking. So create a to-do list and take those things one after the other. Do not try to do a lot of things together. Do not try to do a lot of things at the same time. Ensure that you do them one after the other, and that way you'll be able to achieve more. You won't be under pressure and you'll be happy with yourself, and probably you'll be able to do them at your own pace. Finally, reduce noise. It's very important that you learn to reduce noise. Um, you would hear a lot of noise around you, social media noise, the streets, and all that. And one way to let me talk about social media, for example. One way to deal with this is to set your notification on your phone. It's not every time that someone posts that you receive notification. You need to come to that point where you you go to read what you want to read when you're ready, not because there's a notification on your phone. If you do not adjust this, you find yourself going every single time when you get a notification. And so one of the things that I have done personally is I choose when to go on social media. So no notification. Even my WhatsApp, you won't see any notification when there is a message, because that helps me as much as possible to choose when I want to go online, and allows me to focus without getting distracted. And so I want you to also practice this. Also set on your WhatsApp and see to it that you how do I put it now? And see to it that you are able to um what word can I use? That you don't automatically download pictures or videos, but you download them at your own pace. So that way you don't have to download everything that comes into your WhatsApp message, especially when you're in groups. Let me also add here that for those of you who are in several groups, you need to know when to remain and when to quit. Sometimes the burden of a group may be too much. You need to realize if there's any value that you're deriving from being in that group, and if there is none, you just might need to leave. Finally, I'll leave you with some quotes. This says, set peace of mind as your highest goal and organize your life around it. That's according to Brad Tracy. And this says, do something that is productive. Doing something that is productive is a great way to alleviate emotional stress. Get your mind doing something that is productive. This is by Ziggy Marley. And then another one says, within you there is stillness and a sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time and be yourself. And of course, this says, the more tranquil a man becomes, the greater is his success, his influence, his power for good. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom by James Allen. And so I implore you to practice these things as you go on into your week. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends and families. Thank you for joining me here again. If you have any questions, please do ask them in the comment section. And as much as possible, please watch other videos, and I'll be back again some other time. Till I come your way again, be your very best. Bye.